Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Visual Novel Tuesdays. Uh, Sorry for the fan noise in the background. I am running my fan because I'm overheating a little bit. Anyways, we're finally getting back after 2 months. The Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Okay. Is Edgeworth gonna be okay? Oh, were they? Oh, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. I mean, the incident on Court Lake. It doesn't look good having top prosecutors sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why'd they do just about anything to restore their reputation? Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you, the detective getting killed on their turf too, I mean. They're being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. In this particular, well, it's a little sensitive and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most is all is hiding stuff. Secrets can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief detective's trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Oops. Wonder what it was he wanted detectives to do. See if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Okay. Let's see. That's generic. Using. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Well, this place is as classy today as it was yesterday. I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. Well, I hope that's what he's doing. Just wanted to come back. There was something I was doing. Okay, yeah. wait. There's another option. Guard station. Not there. Okay. Uh... I really don't know what to do now. What should we do with that, that thing? I guess, how could one man, Detective Goodman, be killed in two places simultaneously? Oh, well, you see, we should go to the police department. Evans room, was it? I'm not being very useful here, am I? No, you're being very helpful. Mr. Edgeworth? Through a lot of time, Worthy, what with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. There was that business with him not reading that officer's report. Ah, about the killing of the police department, right. Chief of Police was right about that, but I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. No. Rising around today. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt to say he's dancing. Dancing. The police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. Can I take out his batteries? Just get a feel he's gonna do something naughty. Yeah, I really don't know what to do. I guess I could try everything. Okay, yeah. I'm stumped. Sorry you had to see that. What did the chief police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. I took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. Lost item? Detective Goodman lose something? It's February 23rd, and it's February 21st. I know that just in case. Get back to the police department crime scene. Alright. Okay. Okay, no. Just gonna have to resort to look at this more. Of course. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you for a favor? Well, I've never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Like, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. So, never know until you ask. Here, you can borrow this. Hey, this is Detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. Run along now, do your best now. Later, folks. Looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. Seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is bad influence on the girl. Door. ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. Open. See? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, what's my Bambina sky so gray? Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my salute. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw, that card you got there on your chest. It's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what are you standing there for? Get along. Doggies, the crime scene's awaiting. Here's on again. I can ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tank with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. I said that you had no mind to tank with us hombres. That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What's wrong? Delay steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Alright, Bambina, you win. It's willing to talk. Marshall, you're in charge of security of the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Deacon's assistant center told us. Oh, that poor little dog. Poor little guy. I keep getting his name wrong, calling him me. told us something. You said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here, anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take the machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli they sneak in. Next to your steak, you know? Miss Stark told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with the Star, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved in the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? I've heard the name so many times, no one actually tells us what actually happened. Some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Day of our case. That's right. The evidence transfers. We'll talk about the transfers too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? This must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me machines, well, I like them about as much as like a stewed cauliflower with my steaks. Here's what ones I understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. Nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. Officer Meekins, Detective Goodman, are they on those tapes? I reckon they might be. The security guard, you reckon? One more thing. You go in the evidence room, you need an ID card. It's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. This is the ID record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is really the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Could you explain this whole transfer? It's about the evidence will solve cases in this room. I kept here under the presiding detective supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was mistakes. So what happened is the evidence after 2 years. It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Never be reopened again, never be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. So, present... Goodman's ID. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Oh, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match. Fuse at 514, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. He had his ID card then. Why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Okay. Where's Goodman? In the evidence room. 23rd evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over that yet. There. So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Eek! Whoa! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Rhino, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Like, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them $50, no problem. So go ahead and investigate the room to your heart's desire and knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So Chief of Police Gant. Will anyone with $50? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the Chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Bedroom floor plans. So, Detective Pikachu, your boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They were using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. My own evidence locker, pal. You got a locker here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course. I'm a detective after all. Give me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open. Sorry. Always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens. So Mr. Edgeworth is inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. Let's see. I guess it's what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. That's all nine incident, of course. That's the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. You can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The locker is coated with the fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Hello, person who will be important in the next game. Funny, they look like the normal lockers. Normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handle is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. And if that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't even know about the fingerprint locks. Oh, wrong one. You can't open the lock just your fingerprint doesn't match it. You can open it, they'll give you 50 cents. No, please don't lack faith in this lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. At the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Oh, I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? 873-0579. What is this, blood? It's a little warm, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, were there other bloodstains left in the room? We should use our testing fluid to check it out. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. You're not professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Agent Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened on the front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you don't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. More. Of course. I knew it. This is someone's handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker, it's mine! It's yours? Please! You have to help me. When you come to take me away, promise you'll testify that I won't harm a fly. You do that for me, won't you, pals? It's an important clue. I'll jot it down in the floor plans. Count on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Okay, I think that's all the blood. Left the glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know? Mean SL9? Let's have a tagline. Yeah, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, make me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? 9 of these. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before it was broke. I'm gonna try to put it back together. Huh, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Well, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I carried around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Go. All right. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. Okay. There we go. Okay. Huh? Well, I think we did, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I can't understand how it got broken. Look, this one's open, and the red light indicator above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. You sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we close it. It's empty. Must have taken the contents elsewhere. What's the solar paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? Bulky equipment scanner and dust here. What sorry-looking fishing pole that is? Oh, that's my personal pole. Never did go around using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metals detector. The one that led to solving the case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. Next game! Can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. Guess it must be evidence for some case. Wonder if everyone should put this here. There you go, pal. Make me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out there like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had to bring it on my neck about some silly evidence? Now I pick out gumshoe, there's a lot of evidence hanging out. A lot, too. Maybe he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Alright. Yeah, but there's some dark red stains here. Looks like blood. Blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. It looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. So there's evidence in the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it. Oh, this thing doesn't have a bottom. That's weird. Which side is up? Better yet, what's the purpose of this jar? This doesn't collect dust inside, right? That says SL911. Another piece of evidence in that case. No, I never care for the word tag, it's confusing. Oh, what's so confusing about that? You don't have any other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, sag. Sag? Is that a word? Challenge me? What, are we playing game of word now? Word game now? Alright. Let's see if Edgeworth is... solve this now. Nope. Alright, guard station. sure about the dreams. Oh, I think it would. Hey, pal, our security is high-tech around here. Alright, piece together makes a jar. What's bothering you? One white? Or seven pieces missing two? Doesn't seem to be unstable. No wonder it broke. Should I remember that next time I make a jar? Okay. Good. No, that switchblade knife. That Edgeworth was surprised at anyway. That's the SL9 connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. It was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. What evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Now, that was a bloody violent case. Violent. So was a murder? A serial killing. Serial killing? They had to want to get involved in this after all. Killer made a mistake. Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. This was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Rumors. 4/7s. Supposed to be all cleaned up with that transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So, that switchblade knife... The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Okay. Ah. There it is. I'm not getting a reaction here. There's no reason for the railroad to touch this spot if you fled out the door. Just find it something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminal testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this in? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better drop that floor plans. Hey, pal, look at the time. Something you need to be doing too? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I don't even give them my report for the day. It might help, Report? You mean the note right on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problem? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. It needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe. I'm off, pal. Later. Let me see what Edgeworth has to say, too. There we go. Third High Prosecutor's Office, Room 1202. Ah, yes, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave, so long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right. He has hotel rank and tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back to the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real answer is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. They were lucky this time. Again. I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay with the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened. I gave control of the investigation of the police department. Police department? Yes, any further investigation of this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. You have to wait for his results. See. Why, I ask you, why? All along I've only done what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Let's see. Oh, right, I'd better check this now. Saying guide. What is this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why? Mr. Edgeworth, please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant for this. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief has never wanted to explain himself. It was the case on the day of the stabbings that brought us back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Here's about this other case. I better make a note of it. Related evidence. Screwdriver added to the record. Similar as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Another case. Let's see. Wrapped up in. Oops. I revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. Must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Yeah, George, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SO9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? When I was White, Deputy Chief of Police. Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. When our guilty verdict, the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I'll do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wants to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminal testing fluid, Well then, you might have a use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure we are the enemy, you know? I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. It's worth it, really. No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. You need to stare at the gumshoe as well. Let's get going. One last investigation. Right. So we're seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Okay. 23rd Evidence Room, Sector 3. Turn up a suspicious handprint. It's blood in the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Secret leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will left the clearest print. Can't tell the difference at a glance. Choose a finger. The thumb. Okay, now it's time for check prints. Let me show you how it's done. Starting to get that sparkle in our eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? Did you ever see? Ah, looks like it did the trick. Here's the complete use of the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. How do we do that? Setting I know. Fun. It's too though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. Just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. It's the fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. Guess I better give it a try. Okay. Aha, you did it. You found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. You mentioned it. I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Calm down, that's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. Why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? The locker door again closely. There. Fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. You can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Yay, a print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? This print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. Done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? Guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person who I think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. Bloody handprint and the fingerprints are different places, right? The prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. The fingerprint would most likely find on the evidence locker. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. So what look? I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. Gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there's one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Okay, I guess I gotta spray the luminol. Luminol fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this? There goes try sparkling again. Check for prints. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I forgot. Have something first. What? Your blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding you using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. Means no prints. Say that probably your hypothesis. Don't ask me. Anyway, let's try to find prints that weren't wiped away. There's no ones left by the bloody hand. What could those be? Oh. Button mash. Give it my best shot. The result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Let's try a different finger then. There we go. Match found. Hey, these spirits, whose are they? Who is it? Someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall. It's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Luminal reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain. Why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess it's what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it! To be continued. Ugh. And this is where we're going to be pausing for now. Because it's about time for the first break. So, get up, stretch, get something to eat, get something to drink, use the bathroom, do whatever you need to do. I'll see you all in a few. Alright, and we're back. Worth, 9:41 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So how'd it go? As Mr. Wright suspects, the police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind the simultaneous murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. Lana, don't tell me you... Much my regret. I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. This guy. Found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. He belonged to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? Then, my sister, you're gonna accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Skye? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. February 24th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 9. And as always, I hate this case. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 50 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim proves Goodman was slain at both places at the same time. That's not physically possible, is it? It's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this was one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. They will present evidence relating to the murder of the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. And that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, let's let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired to the police department? Mr. Edwards, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. These are wild from the get-go. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir, I'm Officer Mike Meekin, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me, sir! Actually, what we'd like to hear from you, sir, I'm what you call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edward, sir. Help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Well, I'm part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. Can't hold him for a lack of enthusiasm. Crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen rush into the room. It's only doing what it's trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. And you fainted and a colleague helped you to regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. Defense may begin its cross-examination. Here's more info to work with. So, press everything. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir! I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir! Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal is taking place on the day of the crime, which meant committee officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the chief detective, sir. I was sure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. This was so much for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there have been so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is! I found it! This is the one right here. Please read us the number. Yes, sir. It's 498-9596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh. But the number 498-9596 is shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. First time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see, so it's during that second time when... Yes, sir! That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened? It was a knife, sir, a knife! Detective Coogan pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. Not exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life. Then I did it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let down his guard for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. I see. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir! After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. At what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. Woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. Returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? Regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It takes footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. It's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. Real murder. Just what we're getting ourselves into. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How do we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir.
Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Yes, well, anyway, the tape seems to prove the witness did indeed encounter, someone. The evidence room and some sort of, activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is it alright with you, Mr. Meekins?
Yes, sir, as you wish, sir.
Mystery Man.
His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir, so it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
What is this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim of the crime scene would have had been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin his cross-examination. With this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Now, let's see. Tell me, were you able to get a look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife?
Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter.
The latter? But you were sitting right in front of him, were you not? To the point, you were the person who fought him, weren't you?
Oh yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people we're talking with them, you see.
Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer.
Still, I'm sure it was him. I'll bet my badge on it.
But you don't know for sure, do you? Never actually saw Detective Goodman's face.
Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it.
The face can't be identified in the video, only verify it.
Why is everyone looking at me? I believe what you said serving or...
Meekins.
Eek!
Having been shown a questionable video at best, we have not been the best improvements. Completely certain. We're certain to testify.
Yes, sir.
Claim the man brandished knife when he was him. Who's Goodman? Tell us why you are positive it was him. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them?
No, sir. I tried old-fashioned methods in the past. They will respond to register fingerprints, sir.
Let's try. Then open the locker's lock, which responds to register fingerprints. He must be the person the locker was assigned to.
Take your point, sir, on this too.
How do you know that information?
However, sir, from people in the know, sir.
People want to know?
Workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They can be informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir.
The record. Open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. Can open the locker with my fingerprint. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video, the man's face.
Sir! Let me say something, sir.
Please do. After all, you were the week examined.
Said why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. It was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. It was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can't find nothing, sir.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. It is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Let's go check the court record again. Security thing. There's a problem. To take on this tape, there is one thing that particularly seems rather strange. Strange? It's the possibility that it may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction. Interesting. On our proposal, Mr. Trevor, once we have a defense, point out the alleged contradiction in the video. Point out.
inspect this piece of evidence. Here's security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you spoke of. You got the problem in a video? It's the first time I've ever had to do that. You do it, Mr. Wright. Set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching the video. Is ever good? Has this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where's the contradiction? Okay. Forward. The thing that's so strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, that is strange. It's weird. Certainly seems unnatural about that. Objection! Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. They may not be Detective Goodman. What? But that's what it was. Hold on. Ah. Take that! Sir Meekins. Sir, do you hear me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. That was it. Was the falling blood. It was the turned on light. When you grab the handle, the sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that is the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something seriously wrong with this picture. It reaches for the handle to open the locker. You went through a little earlier. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit! Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Ah! Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, the sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must be broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. It's not likely, Your Honor, the sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Miss Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this is exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor? Something jammed the sensor? Say. No, that seems out of place in this video. I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. Let's see, this continues to show the part I showed you earlier. Right. I had to do the light first, then the glove. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are open. I fall out. You can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut.
What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 203 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. The object would be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. We need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits that description. But, sir, I mean, trying to figure this out. Very well, will the defense please present relevant evidence? The insulator that stuck in the door. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. This is not so, Officer Meekins. Sir! It would appear so, sir! Order! 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 So are we to believe that the victim, who was stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Don't be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edmund? The evidence has merely demonstrated the possibility, nothing more. The victim in this video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir.
Is this a joke? In your testimony.
There's one other thing that proves that the man was Detective Goodman, sir. Entering the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, detective had to use his card.
Card. I see. I have the ID card recorded right here, Your Honor. Except 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without it, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why are there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There are only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let's move on to cross-examination. I think this is the right answer. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not good at waiting, sir.
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report. It's only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order, order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing that doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Beacons carrying the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order, order, order! Does this prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at the same conclusion. The victim in this video is a fake. The murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... well, I guess that's right. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't gonna end well. Oh, well, seems you finally realized. Exactly what you've got such looks to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. Defense has already done the explaining for me. This video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place in the police department 5:15 on the day of the crime. So, the real crime could only take place in one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Milana Sky, the defendant. Evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah! I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It's all a trap from the beginning. Evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Mickens encountered, and where did this person disappear to? However, this trial purpose examined the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana. Oh, dude, how am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
Objection!
One moment, Your Honor. Wait now, Mr. Wright. Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. Defense demands further examination into the truth of this matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court order examines further. Other witnesses will be necessary. Is prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. Prosecution considered that this department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. Maybe my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean? Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, who do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person, he would have just like, what is his or her name?
Take that!
Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? Can't let just know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. You should hear what he has to say. Prosecution agrees to defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? Go for Jake Marshall. Seems you figured everyone out. Anything out? Figured anything out. Why? You're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? He's trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making detectives run around all while on duty. Don't bother to call me here. I've seen having people at funerals. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey. Hey, 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 hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay, so have you brought what I asked? Oh! You mean this, right? My apologies, Detective. Due to some circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Good, I probably even bring me the SL9 incident files. I'll even by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident. Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. This guy was a witness? Joe Dark Killings. Take it from me, you don't want to do anything. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know, unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's classification of the police file with under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark Killings. Joe Dark? No, Lana! It's over with! No! Emma, wait! She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth, not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to these killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial. Mr. Wright, best of luck. I better take a good look at this file. To be continued. Trial ladder. We're not taking a break yet. February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. We don't have Emma for this part. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Closed. Richard Joe Dark. Serial murder, sentence death. Victims: Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. Trial data: Head Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses: Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Investigation Task Force. Executive Investigators: Damon Gant, Lana Sky. Head Investigator Bruce Goodman. Investigators: Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. That's from the name. If you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? Yep, never heard Edward describe that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? Desperados, souls and bones, desert sands. No paper to sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime, in plain old English. My job was to keep a wary eye on the thorn orchard. They say we're supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a stretch-sized saloon at the time that went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time to hit the trail. Can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? That'd be very helpful. It's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Day of the crime. Alright. Let's see. Present your fingerprints. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd that it's you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime, and yet you dragged it down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. It's real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I'm paying my respects, that is, I mean, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene? Blood was wiped away, however. The liminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall, about the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints, found at the scene of the crime. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingers to speed that out in this room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murder of Jessica Walker with my fingerprint was by chance. Blood-stained and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Why didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. How did you know that? Explanation appears valid, but there's room for a doubt. It would be fun without any doubt, partner. Convince me now cross-examine the witness. Tiny something, I can feel it. Chance to prove it. Let's see. How did you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain on the scene thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Yeah, you can try that too. That would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. This one. Because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. At least fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. He's starting to get the picture upon him. The picture? This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. Security tape. Since my trail isn't there, can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, is that right, pardon? So, that video is the only correct evidence you have. The video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so. So now... I don't recall if there is any. Let's see. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating... Bring our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Did you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. With the white cloth sticking out. That's for the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Oh, the white cloth, it's gone! What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order! Order! Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So my locker was open. That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he went to the locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? guy isn't just plain dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? I'll prove it. Fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Oh, Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? I only got 1 word for you, partner. No! Order, order, order. Witness, explain yourself. This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Olay, please answer the question. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. That's so, then where was the witness? Seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Time of the crime. Someone standing right here. There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in this video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. That's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the defendant at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me! Something about the officer's story puzzled me. The man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. You have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? Still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break it, Detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Ach, this can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. You've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. Basics? That would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. I should look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was really open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. If he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it been, the man originally planned to open his locker. According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have the answer, so it's my only shot. Very well. Let's take a look at the security tape. Committing the crime, witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Show us. Okay, I do not know what I'm supposed to do. It's not here. Ah. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. Bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you weren't only half as persistent and thin as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did, all of it. Alright, seems time's come. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. Planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins, so I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. The supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. No one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. There's way too much blood for such a small donation. You say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask pardon? Yes or 9 incident. 2 years have passed since the case was closed. It's going to completely end with the transferal that day. And if I have anything to do with it, that incident's not over. What do you hope to accomplish by staking the evidence room? When the case is closed, only the case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. I sure wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why do you care so much about it? It was my last chance. That's why. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I plan to take out the evidence. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make my look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested with stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did control a security camera. And the detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident. That really was why Goodman started filing out the offside report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor of the prosecutor's office parking lot. And it was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But you could because the rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means that you couldn't open the locker before Officer Marshall. Now, Officer Meekins, I knocked him out. Pulled a knife out of Officer Meekins to try to drive him off. Let's just say I was a little surprised. I hadn't planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a one in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about this race this year. The intro gets so much influence. Anyway, he threw it, but himself being ended up cutting him slightly. Sorry if it had to turn out this way for me knocking them out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. So you knocked off Suigen's out end and managed to escape. I knew which areas would be caught on camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go in the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. Security is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat and troubled Officer Meekins. So it was in the security room, and when I came out, the chick would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. Was Officer Meekins who there at that time? What else? I was sleeping like a baby. The saying is, on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Blood found at the scene clearly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. The locker was already empty. Still the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Far away, partner, it's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing detective's ID, injuring a police officer, this is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. Can't just be forgiven with a simple cut salary. Salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. Witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. Can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. Name, Marshall, is mentioned in here. And a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. If I remember, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. The case fell into your hands. What's his relation to you? He was my brother. He was investigating the murder of Damon Gann, the then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. Brother fought Dark and was killed. It was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. That's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened to the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with the resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. Things that happen by chance never ceases to amaze. At exactly the same time, a small prosecutor's office that this fake murder was going on in the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. So if anyone was to murder the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. Wait! A verdict wasn't yet reached in yesterday's trial. why we determined the incident in the police department today. But for one reason, Ben was not convicted yesterday. There remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder of the police department. Seems to me, this boy's got you on the job, partner. No one, you partner. All the mysteries of the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole purpose is with the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. Not speak a single word less. I rest my case. To reach the conclusion, there's no room for doubt. Well then, Mr. Wright, thanks to you, I don't need to waste my time. It's proving the alleged murder of the police department. If I prove today is true, apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. I didn't realize. They never proved Lana guilty. Look for the defense defendant. Your Honor, wait! Emma, the defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this guardian? Your Honor? Oh, innocence. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking you is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edward, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. I was kind of shocked. I mean, finding out the S9 is for the Joe Dark killings. Both Sky Sisters were in that file. That's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. I mean, the traces of blood found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. Fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. So do you find something? No. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad, I'm just a high school student. Just an attorney. Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If you want to save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. Guard the police department. Does any reasonable doubt remain? Appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Floor plans and handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm so sorry I can't meet you before you. Still, blood mark, what will be? Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. Object, because it's very obvious. The crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing it seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright, stating pretty intensely of floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? This is strange. Take a look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let's pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Here those, right? 7's here, so something I can use. The tape. As they say back west, even a blind man can hit with buckshot. That is, so long as facing the general direction. Seems Mr. Wright's not sure which direction to face. Well, at least it's not a... Yeah, it's the blue badger that was supposed to be there, but... I don't know if I can prove that. Except by tape. What about that piece of plywood? There we go. Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So, watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at the spot on the locker. What? So that means, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. I'm saying, blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me, I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Good afternoon. Officer Akins was the one who brought the Blue Badge to the evidence room, right? After you put it down, it would have been possible to leave a handprint on that locker. Does that mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in? Just one moment, I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It sounds far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Beacons cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? When you show evidence that proves when it occurred? When did the first incident occur? Summarize, the defense claims that, prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room. That's right, the blood mark in the locker proves this. Very well, tell us, when did this first incident occur, as Mr. Jones said, proof must be presented? When it took place? Show that. Now that the defense please present its evidence. It shows when the first crime took place. ID card record. The crime took place inside the evidence room when the killer would have had to enter it. In order to do so, an ID card would have been required. ID card. Oh! The ID card record. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 12:50 p.m. Crime took place before that time, dated to be... Ah! Ah! Miles Edwards! Just what have you done? Kevin would have figured you had the know it, boy. Drop the act of witness. Doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't be me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I don't understand either. It's clear from the movement of the test that the blood was there. So when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood for the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's not physically impossible. That would mean the crime must take place before Mr. Edwards entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other number remaining. 777777. Talk about a lucky number. Oh wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of this card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murder. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 777777. What? Mr. Edgeworth, please listen to say that. Find out his number. Chris. It's 172 minute, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm only able to look at that ID card. Please at present. What? Explain yourself, son. Any number 77777 belongs to some rank captain higher. So-called executive officer. You don't have the authority to inquire such a person's identity. Objection! That's ridiculous. Just how? I'm finished talking, Mr. Wright. There's one situation in which we grant such authority. The official charge filed against the executive is accepted. An official charge. You're all alike, aren't you? Your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay, let me ask you a question. Yes? Or not you. Now, the person sitting over there. You're a little executive. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her number. It's not 7777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. What I know is one thing about that incident. You also not innocent? It's with his chief prosecutor. Trial 2 years ago. Did you really only use legitimate evidence? You need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor. I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did. Lana! I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. Before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Finnick, just what are you saying? Let's begin, Chief Prosecutor. During the trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look at me and investigating that crime in the eye and say that you did? Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! 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 It's not such a... Okay. Alright. We'll be taking our break now. So, I'll see you all in a few. Oh boy. Alright. Day 3. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright Company Law Offices. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm so sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew the Desmond was just another name for Joe Dark killings. Since everyone is concerned about these killings but me, I don't want Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean by what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall, Officer Marshall's brother, left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. How did you do those killings, Emma? I rescued Neil Marshall was murdered. Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes, I was a witness in that Joe Dark trial. See that one coming. It happened 2 years ago. It was right around this time of year, too. It was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together when she finished her work. And suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into my office. Joe Dark. Seemed like he was running for someone. Pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. Before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. And what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the light suddenly... Lights went out suddenly. I flashed outside the window, lightning the office for an instant. A apparent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. At the moment when Mr. Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that. No, it was only asked about when he was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? I mean, provided bogus evidence. His office wanted the guilty verdict so badly. Lana forced the evidence that Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He could have known he was given false evidence. And so, that's when it all started. It's all my fault. I just thought that's why probably none of this would have happened. It was true, even though he may not have known it. He really was involved in falsifying evidence. The case ended. Lana was never the same. It looks like she's today. She's not been able to face up to what she did, especially now to Emma. Where do you see that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. She stabbed right in front of this poor girl. What happened after that? Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I can't bring myself to testify about that instant. Just wouldn't come out. The picture of it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. I was 14. That's understandable. It's over. I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. Find the evidence to make an airtight case. Lana would never have to forge any. See. Semitech. There's still something that bothers me about that crime. It's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office that night, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor? Well, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away.
Halfway through the interview and fled to my sister's office. She run away to your sister's office. The detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? Oh, silly. Didn't I tell you? Years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective. Better have another talk with her. Attention Center. The 24th Attention Center Visitors Room. Lana! Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. How the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. You fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs. I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Other revelations were uncovered in the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. A trial. It really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It could be helped, Emma. At the trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder police car. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said. Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I've never seen Lana look so phased before. It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. Still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant, he was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. It really idolizes her big sister. Now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was getting experience investigating crime scenes so you could use the experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. As for this investigation, there's 2 years ago. 2 years ago, a second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was David Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Lieutenant Goodman, this case was Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. The first time Marshall worked with his brother, he was quite gung-ho. Found out Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. He tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened to the crime scene. Right, was me. Now you tell us. Then again, Neil Marshall would want to question Dark the day. Okay. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So we waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down and fled the room. From there, he ran straight to, share we had Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run the same line? I guess so. His finding some papers with Gant and Marshall questioned Drake. Dark. In my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seemed Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. He did. To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her after all her sister was gone through. With that, I placed Dark under immediate rest. Let me get this straight. You were involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence.
I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident, just by chance. But the case was solved 2 years ago. This one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as complete. It surprised me as well. Since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of the case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. He was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that David Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the Chief's office. Should have the Chief's office to cite the final SL9 murder. February 24th, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. You seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. Seems the same though. We'll look for the other people to talk to. Right. Come back here later. Fourth Police Department entrance. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Miss Marshall. Sure, I thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera sera. You didn't know where life would lead you, eh, Bambina? You should have known my luck and run out when old Billy drive up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, Bart. So Marshall, why did you do it? Why had the prospect just head west? If there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like we'll be getting a steak lunch today. He was fishy about the trial from the very beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. I mean the switchblade knife with broken tip. That was Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. Question? Believe the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. The facts have been concealed with forged evidence. The case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 was left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down, so first case together. How old was he, my brother? He was 27 at the time. Awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the king of prosecutors? Anyway, what are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Listen, brother. The SL9 incident took place. That was the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning. By nightfall, there was thunder. Can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to seal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Someone tried to stop you. Goodman was murdered. The evidence lock was empty. There's something going on behind the scenes that seems beyond intellect. And later, every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. The cell was fired, now it's demoted and boxed away in a town room. What about Detective Goodman? They did something to him too. The commissioners would get suspicious. No, they're jumping up. No, not to be too obvious. Hey, what are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. Make David Gant and Lana Sky. The investigation lead David Gant and second in command Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. I guess the biggest step in both their careers. The case headed Lana transferred the prosecutor. Huh? Sorry. After that case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant and the chief police arranged for that to happen. It's never been the same since she left. Everyone said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Commissioner and something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret's too well guarded. I never found out. Secret, all started 2 years ago. So there you have it.
That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? Certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. Someone else was the one who gave that evidence and planned everything. Someone is David Gans. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I want to be a patrolman after today. I will be around to work with you. You become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambino. Fourth prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. It's here today, not even the star. It's probably busy looking at exactly what went down in the evidence room. That's where the detectives are. In court today, they there on the day of the crime. Woman was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway on our case. Instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. In there, Lana. Find out the evidence by tomorrow. February 24th, High Prosecutor's Office, Route 002. Mr. Edgeworth is here. He's been questioned by an inquiry committee. Took a real beating in court today. He was not admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. Guess we'll just have to come back later. Okay. February 24th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. This place is pretty empty, but today it's deserted. Must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. I guess you talk to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do for Mr. Edgeworth not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word you usually use for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go there? We are a police officer or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. I see what Detective Gumshoe gets its unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go to the Chief's office. February 24th, Police Department, Chief's office. Whoa, where am I? In the Chief's office, silly. At least that's what's said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. You used to call me Little Miss Bach. I don't. I remember where Steve was. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. The people just reading on his desk. Yes. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence. 3 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See the big picture of the wall over there? There's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. This is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I'm gonna put my finger on it, though. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are other matters that need my attention. I'm gonna lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we are about to see what's the case isn't over with yet after all. What do you mean? Chief can't deny our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the Chief's office.
Every right to move from police station criminal affairs department. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe. Aren't you supposed to be at a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No, why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. Someone's left the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. I falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Edgeworth has the whole world out for his blood. Yikes. Why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Honest guy is a guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. Now with this, really someone who hate him? In our world, only those with prize at the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work! Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat! Yes, sir. Gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Seems you don't have any problem with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while coffee was brewing. I'm genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find anything? Only evidence Dark left behind during his final attack. His final attack, you mean? When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl. Me. But you never realized Emma was the girl. That's when you left the most incriminating evidence of all. Oh, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's also written somewhere in here, okay? Just gonna fail to impress. Should show him the murder weapon. Jog his memory. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. Businessman? What made him take the serial killer? One day on his way from home, from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed the man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed... I just then, so he killed him too. And when during the body, his job came up to see him still as well. Finally, he turned himself in. It seems he was pretty careless animal. Of course, it's all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily, Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that this witness wasn't killed. This witness, aka Emma. How about this? Hey, is that? That's Tega Chachu with SL9 is alright. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were carrying. Speaking of, what are you doing with that? Ever since the case was closed, that knife been locked away in a locker. They had to take Goodman was murdered. This suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. Show me that knife, it all came back to me. What is it, Dick? Quick, before you forget again! This knife was so dark, wasn't it? That's right, which is back to the story plot it at, plus it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his blood ran out. If you take a good look at this knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well anyway, take a guess of where the broken tip knife was found. That's what did it. What was it? The victim, near Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Well, there, in a nutshell, that's all I know. Ask you one more thing. What is it? It's money you should ask Chief Dan. It's not money, but it does concern the Chief. This office is a crime scene, right? That's where Prosecutor Near Marshall was murdered. Ugh. The chief's out now and his office is locked, but we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What, really? If I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? If put, I'd be canned. Oh, sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That one won't either. The date it was the day he died. Oh. If she comes, she was the only chance of getting in that office. Something to be shown that would change his mind. Seen it somewhere before. Somewhere? Maybe it's just one of those memories people have from previous lives. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. I could have seen that before. Oh, yep. There it is. You won't look at it. That's a blatant lie. Hey, that's it. That's the key prosecution. Uh... Ah. '24th High Prosecutor's Office from 1202. I wonder if George is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? She was quick to throw that paper off the floor. Good thing for it, huh? As I look the past 2 years of rumors flying around, it's another allegation to me. Sure, Mr. Edward, I'm ready for you. Mr. Edward, for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Shoot out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! Hold on, first let me see what that girl's doing crawling around my feet. Gave me a look. What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, letter of resignation. Resignation? Edward, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. Mr. Edward, none of this is your fault. I know the path I've walked, you don't need to tell me. The path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one else should forgive me either. I'm serious. Mr. Wright, please dare to do something. Listen for anything. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. The bond is broken, you stand to lose everything. The police department's error was my error, and my responsibility as prosecutor in charge. That remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? I can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you on trial tomorrow? Plus last year's trial, and now this one seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors will think. I'll never thought case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. The list is not twice as long. It's only half as long as Wilson's. That is odd. After Neil Marshall's murder, we can prosecute for that case. I may not have conducted an investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. See, we just saw a picture taken around that time. Nothing seemed strange about it. Details? Yeah. About what happened that day, Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony at the station, right? I really cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Guess you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up the office in the morning and joined the police department. You finished up the office? Yes, just all the days, clerical stuff. I didn't plan to return to the office that day, as in Lowe's asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yes, he asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, there's a piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's what we heard yesterday. So I came back to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Scant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken to receive King of Prosecutors trophy. There's something that bothers me. Yes, the trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind this design. Story? You mind telling it to us? Simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard the story? Me? Oh, sure. Who knows that? Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Objection! Those claims contradict each other! Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. In pointing this out, the merchant was left speechless. Thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so, they symbolize the merchant's items. Ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. It's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why are you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the sword abolished. Chief Gant. February 24th, Prosecutor's Office underground parking lot. Excuse me. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Starr! I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kinda like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Knowing that the murder occurred on the very day the evidence case was due for transferal, can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness? Said a good move tonight. I haven't passed a dig up, it won't change what I saw. This beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Starts hatred toward water. It all dates back to 2 years ago. There we go. Lunchbox Specialist. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. So I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. Maybe because of his brother's death. We were close to those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? Best of the best were put on the SL9 case. Of course, they were led by the legendary duo. Lana, did she get? That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked for how it turned out. I mean, with the fortune and the evidence. Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. You don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Almost without even so much as an explanation. Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office to be chief prosecutor. I always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Maybe Janet and Lana Skye. Get the investigations, Lana said. And man, they were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? David James Magnus in particular was most real. His magnetism, and his ability to attract evidence. He used the most critical evidence in the cases at the end. Yes, there were rumors back then. No one dared to confront him, though. She's talking about forged evidence. After they looked up to Lana, all the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. Jake's brother was murdered. She felt that she had lost her own brother. Somehow I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from a shock. It's all on a theory. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why should she have to turn so cold after that? One shorts with the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right. As so the SL9 case, the position's chief was secure. There's only one thing left for him to show, and no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how did he control Lana? I don't know, one thing is for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's illogical to conclude. There must have been a reason for the change. It'll be best. Thank you, Miss Starr. Listen, Cleveland. It's more than just ingredients to create a fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. 24th Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of those files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? Mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. Gotta monitor your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. You might not go the line. Last currency in the S9 instance. I have to get a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the change mind. This is scribble a piece of paper. No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusts us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. We betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. Can't do that if someone found out. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may not be as good as terminated already. As terminated. What? At least let me do this for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, thank you. February 24th, Police Department, Chief's Office. Here goes, Mr. Wright. We're in. No one finds us now. They take gumshoes at Connor. That happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Eek! Yeah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah! Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on something like that? I wasn't sneaking, I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. Here, that was the point of giving us your ID card. Crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card! I rarely ever get a chance to come in here. I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, well, all of us together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Now, if we're lucky, now come on, let's see what we can find out. Feeling about this. Wow, look at this side of Chief Gant's desk. Here earlier. Gant. He was reading his desk. What he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. List of evidence? This case this one's twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name! Oh, SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said I wonder what you know about the evidence list. Right there, twice as long? That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. Evidence. It's too short. Let's run twice as long. What's he doing here? I knew it. Chief must be hiding something about the case. It appears so. Say, that word is right within truth. Okay, if you say so. There needs to be I have to open it. You know what it is? I have a hunch. I know. Try my birthday. It's... There goes nothing. Bingo. My number didn't enter. Whose birthday was that, pal? 77777777. The final ID card number on the record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean... 7? That ID number? 17 shy this time. There's only one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say,
Anyone care to look inside?
Is there any money in here? How much do you have stashed away?
Look, it's not up.
A sharp from a broken cup.
It's here too.
That's it's another cloth.
It's a handprint, isn't it?
Yeah, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. Did Chief made it? The design?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, it's just thought.
Is that it? Is this all that was in the safe?
So it's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup. Pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, can't just let you take it. It's my neck on the line here.
Come on, there's gotta be something to show the detective.
You had another look at this jar. I remember when the three of us put it back together. Oh, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic.
Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
That's right. Well, the head short has had SL9 sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know that rabbit we just found? You mean the one? This one? The one that was in the safe?
Is that one though? Safe.
Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. See that? Shard, I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what Rookie can do.
Wait, here's some blue.
Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. There, it fits like a charm. That of course means Chief Gant was willingly and knowingly hiding a piece of this jar in his safe. In order to conceal a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this! What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others.
There's a reddish line on it.
Fine. What? I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? Empty. I was to clean them out when she drove through the prosecutor's office. Went to the shop.
Hey, this Milano went to that theme park.
Taken on a day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the fishing room and tried to kill Emma. Serving as a war trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Going along with Chief Gates to question Dark. We never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. She can think. Okay. Still, isn't it? Disarming these weapons. Sure is, Bob. Chief doesn't care for imitations. First, the paperwork account disarmed.
How many taxpayer
$1 plus a bond into this ring.
What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1% of my taxes.
You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there.
If he did, he'd never be able to get back out.
Put it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy could be. List.
That's gonna be a room. Is that your sister's? Yes, that's what I was waiting for Lana on the day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices strict policy of preserving the crime scene. It's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. Told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. See, ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk. No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Plus, I mean, who's remaining? Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No! No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now let's go around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry. It's starting to get on my nerves. What's bothering you? You two don't think she might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant, so it's finally come to this. You think of him? Perhaps because I don't divulge my feelings yet. Here you go ignoring me again. Alright. Yeah, looks like the right side was torn off. This was squished really well, so only half the whole thing. Something else is bugging me more than that. Take a look at the back of the throat, pal. What this is? Some kind of sketch here. That's it. Did you find something? No, there. Quite about it for now. Oh, I found something. What about my techniques, right? Forget about this picture. Chief Sporkin sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we can hear it playing from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the second floor, and this is on the 15th of an entirely different building. Detective screws up, the chief calls him to his office, and makes him listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? He soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. It's an instrument of punishment, literally. Aren't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. It's besides the point. Giant window. You just want to crash through it and jump outside. It's the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? It's making the detective always dreamed about doing something like that. That's so. Detective don't shoot at it's a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that! Lana says, sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the self-legends are made of. Memory of her? Or memory of the crime? Some kind of flower. Where does it sign up for the insignia on the prosecutor's badge? Prosecutor's badge? Yeah, like one hanging from your collar. What? They have badges too? It's not supposed to portray the severity of the punishment system. Which it does look all pointy and kind of painful. So he never wears a badge. Just because he's a sharp dresser. A badge like that wouldn't go too well with his outfit. So sharp dressers don't need to wear badges? I guess everyone is just kind of lets it slide. It's supposed to signify severe punishment. Far from 15 stories up. First the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window. Really? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh. It's not a huge window. Alright. Right, please, prosecutor this case. Oh. Alright. Okay, I don't know what else I'm supposed to be looking for. Oh, wait. Whoa! This area must be covered in blood. Is this from that incident? It must be when Prosecutor Marshall was murdered. The reaction's kind of dull. So murder really did take place here. I can't really use it. Okay, yeah, now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Ah. Oh shoot, I think you have to look at this. Hey, I know what that is. You want to take some blueprints? It's a great idea, Detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead. Take my fingerprint. Take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take, huh? Well, this is time for jokes. Talk about the cloth we found in the safe. Oh! I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Jeez, where's your sense of humor? Yeah, that's right. Let's check for prints. Power of the cloth. Absorb prints, blow the rest away. Let's get this over with. Shot. Maybe good for magic prints, will it? It doesn't look like get clear. Something's right. Try the finger then. The shot. There we go. Miss B, what is fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match. It's Rita's birthday, huh? Oh, since the prints are too old, they aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst, hey, you over here. What's going on? What are that kid's prints doing on the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. That's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. So walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective. You mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait. You, the one with spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? That will work with you. Sir, I'm not going to set to the here yet. Spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright. Look, pal, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneak in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. She can't was hiding in his office. I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. Why has she kept very silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listen to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. I heard from him. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy the rest of the day. Fourth, visitor visitors room. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. So he's thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day of the report. I'm committed to doing everything I can defend you, which is why I'm here. I've already told you all I can. You've told me over the past couple of days absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really, I did believe my mission was quite important. Right at the beginning, I said I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who this is lurking behind your words. He did a good job mentioning you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth is right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick head is probably years away. You can tell the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was really a little perplexed at first. You did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. But in truth, you know, a certain individual would say, I think I'm protecting this person. Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask the person you're speaking of? That's a threat, though. What is the person's name? Take that! Well, Miss Sky. Mr. Wright, you are trusted the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I guess she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Please tell me a bit more about what you know. 2 years ago, I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth would be brought before a court of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who was possibly tampered with evidence was me. I know that's because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, David Gant. If you were to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. You know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. Considering evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touche, Mr. Wright. As you surmised, I cannot disobey the chief's orders, even if it means to become guilty for murder. Why not? Come down, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. Perhaps I should say follow orders, as if more accurately cooperate.
Though I can't tell you details. I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodwin's body. Find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodwin. Correct. I was trying to take his body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken. I discovered that the murder weapon was suspected in the body. The weapon could be Edward's knife. No. When I found the body, Chris was knife stuck inside it. Actually, the S9 was serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I could just leave that knife in it. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edward's knife. That's right. Even though he's already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. That's the reason for bandage on your right hand? Yes. Seems I got blood on victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Star, huh? Why do you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I never wanted to open again. My intent was to prevent that, or whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective with evidence of the Joe Dark case. Work it out, but you would. Reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. Edward's exhaust pipe. Right. And I called my sister. I know what happened to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my notebook. Last demo? I didn't want anyone forced to know about this. That would explain why he was so confident. About Lana's innocence. Your phone call. Those phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. I phone called Patrolman Drake Marshall. Marshall? Why don't you call him? He's the investigator for the S9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He's the only other person I could trust. At least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went on to investigate himself. Oh, you mean, I'm playing the case that I decided to take these in his own hands. Disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already sold the ID card. Seems he still hadn't made his mind to break the evidence room. My phone call, he remained absent, had just disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. Lana, earn my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. And please, don't pursue this any further in court. This trial. It's the only way to drive off Lana's demons. I have to get to the bottom of everything. There's Goodman's real murder. And what went down in the Chief's office 2 years ago. Alright. Go to save. And we're stopping for tonight. Because this last part, as it says by Trial Former, is going to be very long. So let's see.
Months after the trial,
Yeah, Archangel Eve.
every detective involved with the case
They're doing the case
was dealt with.
I was just doing,
Some
so.
were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves Oops. I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. So hi, Jotei Kaiji. Thank you so much for the raid. Howdy. Hey, Raiders. Oops. Hiya. You search through the raid. And the follow. Thank you. Hope your stream went well. Right now we're just playing Ace Attorney. After I fucking talked for like 20 hours. Okay, not 20 hours, but I talked for a little bit. And did not play Ace Attorney, so I'm finally fucking getting to that. LMAO. Hashtag objection! But I hope your stream was good. Okay, sorry. My name's Archangel Eve. I got nothing else to say, man. I be streaming and playing games and shit. Wait, was Detective Marshall her boyfriend or no? Was it someone else? As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. I was playing this case. God, I hate it. Just had the final trial. Oh boy. I'm not very good with like finding like shit in the test